Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I am standing in my tunnel today, and y'all, today in this video and some subsequent videos, we're going to start planting out the high tunnel for the summer. So excited. Yes, y'all, it is almost time. And so I'm a little early, and so let me tell you why. And so for those that are brand new to me, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that this is not your first and last video. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button in faith, because I think that you're going to like what you see, and I think you're going to like rocking with us. And for those who have been here many times before, thank you so much for being so supportive and so encouraging. I'm excited today. I am in Zone 7B and in Tennessee. Our estimated last frost date is about a week and a half away on April the 20th. And so technically you want to wait and plant then, so do that. But what I'm doing today is I'm starting to plant my high tunnel for many reasons. So one of the first reasons is I do have a high tunnel, right? And so I have some protected culture. So even though it may be a little nippy at night outside, I am willing to take the risk because it is protected, right? And for the most part, hopefully it should be okay. I've already looked at the 10-day forecast. And I think the lowest is going to be is like 41, 42 and all that. I'm willing to take the risk because of my second reason why I'm going to plant some stuff out today is because I am running out of pots, trays, and all the things. And because I have so many spaces to plant in, I have to stagger my planting. There is no way that I could possibly do all of the planting I have in one day. So I'm going to go ahead and start planting some stuff from the summer garden. Like I said, one, I'm close enough to the last frost date and I have a tunnel, so I'm willing to take a risk. Number two, I'm out of like pots and trays and all that stuff, so I need to make some space for new seeds that I want to start. If you're new here, I have three main growing spaces. I have the tunnel that I'm in now, which is space one that we'll plant, and I'm giving you the order of how I'll do it. Space one is the high tunnel. I have 6 raised beds, and then I have 5 rows that are 45 feet long that are in ground. Then I also have an outdoor garden space. That'll be space 2 that will be planted. And that is 4,000 square feet. And then we have 5 raised beds behind our house, which is space 3. That'll be the third place that'll be planted. So all of that will be over a period of weeks. Because I have so much space, again, I do have to stagger it. And again, I'm okay with one, starting in the high tunnel because it is protected and I'm willing to take a risk. Now, the other thing I want to mention is that even though I keep saying I'm taking a risk, I am taking a calculated risk. Like, I'm intentional. So if you watch my channel, you know I talk a lot about being intentional, being organized, being efficient, having systems in your garden. So even though I am planting some stuff today in my tunnel before the estimated last frost date, you better believe that I have thought about what I'm going to plant and I have done it with intention, right? So one of the things that you're going to see me plant today is my what I call my pollinator patch. I have a whole raised bed that'll be nothing but flowers. This will be the third year that I'm doing that. One, I love it for beauty, but two, it brings the pollinators into my tunnel. And I have the space to dedicate and devote a whole raised bed to flowers. Plus, there'll be flowers all throughout the high tunnel and the other garden spaces. So we're going to plant the pollinator patch bed today. And then we're going to plant one other bed and then get another bed ready. So again, this is just a continuation of a video I did last week where we had a massive harvest of all of the fall and winter stuff. And then we start pulling that stuff out to prepare to start planting. So this is just another continuation and the next iteration of us getting ready to get the tunnel ready for summer. So the first thing we're going to do that, yeah, it is still related to the summer. We're going to go ahead and plant our other blueberry plant. So let me take you back towards the back of the tunnel where we planted we've planted 2 blueberry bushes so far. I ran out of soil. I got some more soil. I got another container, and let's plant the very last blueberry. But well, it might not be the very last. No, I think I actually have 2 more. Okay, I only got space for 1 today, so let's go plant that one. That'll be easy, something we can check off our list, and then we'll go to the next thing. So now these will be twinsies. You guys told me that it probably was not a good idea to put both blueberry plants in the same container. So I have another container just like it. I finally got some soil. I've already added the soil, and I've already added the soil acidifier. So this is my first time ever doing blueberry plants. You see I have a small one there. I don't know if you can see it in a grow bag. That's the first one that we started. This was the second one, and now a third one. And I actually have one more. So I'll put the other one probably in another grow bag. So that'll give us a total of 4 blueberry bushes. And again, I don't think we'll have, how do they have this? I don't think we'll have blueberries this year. I think it takes 2 years. And that seems like so long to wait and all that. But we're just gonna put it here and forget about it. Of course, we'll water it, but hopefully next year we'll have some blueberries. We'll see what happens. Let's see if I can get this out. Okay, so this is the O'Neill blueberry. I don't know much about it except it came in a 2-pack at Costco's. This is its twin right here. And for what I've researched, you gotta have, your soil has to be acidic, so you can add peat moss, or I think pine straw, or I added some soil acidifier from Espoma. I can also add some peat moss as well. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna get it on down in here, cover it up, water it in, and just like that, we are done. I'll water that in when I water everything else. So we have our 3 blueberry plants right there. I just realized I have a 4th one. I'll get a grow bag and some more soil, and we'll finally get that one planted as well. Okay, so this is the next bed we're going to plant. You can see, you guys helped me plant this one a couple weeks ago. We have our celery here that we did from seed, and we have our dill. And we're gonna plant today some chives and some basil in this bed. So I have some Italian leaf basil, and I have some mammoth basil, which is the first time that I've done that one. So we're gonna add this bed. So this will be kind of like a herb celery bed, I don't know. But again, I think the basil should be fine. I know the chives will be fine because the chives have actually been in the tunnel for like the last month or so, and they've been just fine. So we're gonna get the chives in there, and then the basil, and then we'll see what we may have space for that's left. We'll see. Okay, y'all, just like that, that bed is done. So you can see we have 1 bok choy left to grow in the front. I'm sure it'll grow and we will eat that. We got the celery, we got dill, we have chives, we have basil. We do have a spinach in the back that I'm letting grow and hang out. I have some Persian cress in there, and then look at my little pop of color with the little marigold in the corner. So that bed is done. The next bed we're going to draw attention to is this one. And we're going to actually amend this bed. Remember, this is the bed we did last week that had the lettuce in it. The white stuff in the back is diatomaceous earth because I got an ant situation going on back there. Y'all know I don't deal with the ants. And then you've seen me added some soil. The soil in this bed is low. And I know it's a common refrain. I'm out of soil. I added what I could, but now we're going to add the amendments, the same amendments that we did last week in the other bed. We're going to add worm castings. Okay, so we're going to add worm castings. We're going to add blood meal this time. I did get some blood meal since last week, and that's for the nitrogen. So remember, I did my soil testing, and this soil is deficient in nitrogen. And so blood meal is an organic way to get nitrogen. It is a 1200, so it's just pure nitrogen. Last week we used cottonseed meal, which is also another organic way to boost the nitrogen. It's more of a slow release. So in this bed, we're going to do the worm castings, the blood meal, and then we're going to top it with a layer of compost. Oh, and then also we're going to put the Redmond fertilizer in it as well. So we're going to get this bed ready to go, ready to plant. And this is going to be our pollinator patch with all of our flowers. So I try to rotate again my spaces every season. Last year the pollinator patch was behind me. This year it's going to be right up front. It's never been in this bed before, so that's where it's going to be. So let me get my amendments, add to the bed, and then we'll be ready to plant. Okay guys, you saw me. The bed is ready. We amended it, we added compost, and I started planting sunflowers. So in the very back are dahlias and a Dusty Miller, and then along the left-hand side is a yarrow and marigold. So those are the flowers that I've planted so far. I want to add more flowers to it to have a variety, but all of the flowers are not out here. So I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to go to the next bed, and we're going to plant out some of our peppers. So remember, guys, I told you I have a crop plan. So I was looking at my crop plan just to make sure. So in this bed is going to be a bed of peppers, like sweet peppers. So what I'm doing here, these are paprika, the almond paprika. This is my first time doing these peppers, but I'm gonna try some in this bed in the tunnel. Then I'm gonna also try some outside and see how they do. I didn't necessarily mean to have this many, but they all germinated very well. I think I have 8 of these, so I think I'm only gonna put maybe a couple in here. And then let me see, and then also I'm gonna put the patchwork pepper in here, and then pimento pepper in here, but I don't know that I have that at the tunnel. But basically this bed will be a mix of peppers, and I'm gonna look up and see if I can put the tomatillo in here, or I may do like a small eggplant. I also have that on the crop plan as well. So let me take a look at that, and I'm gonna definitely get these 2 in here, and then we may add some more. Okay guys, we're gonna keep continuing what we're doing. It's actually the next day, but I'm gonna make a switch. So as I was planting this bed here, remember I told you I was planting the alma paprika, and that is what it is, but I don't want to plant that out in there. I want to plant pimento. I'm trying to make this bed all non-spicy peppers. Last year I planted some plants that were not supposed to be spicy, but I think because they were in a bed with other spicy stuff, they cross-pollinated. So I want to try this year. I've never paid attention to it before in terms of trying to be intentional, but I'm trying to make sure that my sweet and my spicy peppers stay separate. And paprika, I've never grown it before, but when I looked it up, it said it does have a little bit of a heat to it, like a heat and smoky. So just to be on the safe side, I'm actually going to pull the paprika up, and I'm going to replace it with pimento pepper, which is what in my head, which is what I wanted to do. So I have a little pot here. I'm just going to pull them up, and hopefully we don't have any. Oh, my husband got all his equipment. Let's see. His little equipment in here. They've only been in the ground a day or so. So I'll packet this with more soil. And we'll put it somewhere else. So that's coming out. And then what we're going to plant next is pimento. And I'm also going to do patchwork pepper, which is by, I'm going to do a patchwork pepper, which is by row 7. So I think I have 2 patchworks, and then I have some pimento. We're going to put those in this bed, and then also some sweet bonnet. So I'm going to finish planting this bed out, and I'll let you know what all was in here by the time we get done. Okay guys, I got that bed planted. So in the bed I have, and y'all had to wear some gloves. Y'all know I don't really wear gloves a lot, but it was ants in this bed, and I'm not trying to get bit because they love me. But in this bed I have the pimento peppers, patchwork peppers, eggplant. I popped a basil in there, and then I have some nasturtiums and a marigold just for companion planting. So I can still fit probably, I don't know, more peppers in this bed, but that's all I'm going to do for now. You can kind of see I still have space to put a few more peppers in there, but that's all for now, unless I run across some more peppers that can go in this bed. I just pulled some from the house that I knew that I wanted in this bed. Like I said, I want to do like spicy peppers in here. So now what we're going to do is, I wasn't going to do this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go ahead and start planting out my peppers in the ground in the high tunnel. So let's move over here. You can see Y'all just look at my peppers. They look so good. So good. So I'm going to go ahead and start planting these out. If you remember, last year the peppers were here. This year they're going to be here. This is where the tomatoes were last year. So I've swapped and rotated the crops. Look at this, y'all. Look at my peppers. These are the Epic Garden for sale trays. These by far are my favorite when it comes to up potting. But just look at this plant. Some of it stayed in there, but it's in there. This is a jalapeno. But look how green and healthy that is and how big it is. Let's see if I can get this one up. There you go. You can see it very good now. I love that the roots are not circling. They're not bound because there's air pruning on either side. But these are ready to go out, and I think they're going to be just fine in the tunnel. Like I said, my 10-day forecast looks good with the exception of one night. It's supposed to be like 46. I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to go ahead and get these in the ground. I'm going to start with the bell peppers first and then see what I have left. I don't think I'm going to plant the jalapenos today, but we're going to start the bell peppers and see what we can do. Also, what I've done, you'll see me with the bucket. I have added in some amendments because my paper is already down, thank the Lord, and I'm not having to redo paper and the holes and all that stuff. Then I'm going to amend each hole. Instead of us trying to pull up this paper that's already tacked down and try to amend the whole thing and then tack it back down, that would take too long and I would have to wait on my husband. So I have a bucket of amendments that, again, it's not the most efficient, but it's what we're going to do. I got a bucket of amendments that I'm going to pop in each hole and then I'll plant. So I think I'll go through, maybe amend each hole and then go by and plant behind it. I'll see when I get down on the ground, see which one is easier. Y'all, that's the end. I got the whole first row. Last hole in the first row is planted. When I tell you, I'm looking crazy by the head. I'm sweating. My hands are dirty. It's raining. But I feel good. It feels so good to get something planted. Y'all, if you haven't planted yet, and it's not your time, hold on. But when it's your time, reap the reward. Y'all, this is what we've been planning for since February. This is the reward of our hard work and our effort of starting our own seeds and being able to put them in the ground. They look good. They look healthy. There is nothing like it. We started these seeds with our own hands each and every week, and now we got a chance to put them in the ground. So I got the whole first row done. D-O-N-E. So this whole first row, are bell peppers. They are greenhouse bell peppers. It's a variety specifically bred for greenhouse to deal with the high heat and the high humidity. So it's Bracanto, which is a yellow, Milena, which is orange, and Sprinter, which is red. They're all in this row here. And the row beside it, there'll be more peppers going there. But I'm out of that tray of peppers. I have a tray of jalapenos there, but before I plant out the jalapenos, I want to get all my bell peppers in on these two rows, and then if I have space left over, I will do the jalapeno peppers on this side. If not, then I'll probably do, I will do peppers on the other side. So remember last year I had 2 rows of tomatoes, and I had 2 rows of peppers, and then the other row was like half cucumber, half jalapeno pepper, and half something else. So I'll kind of do the same thing, except it'll just be flip-flop. So on the right hand side will be the 2 rows of peppers, and then on the left hand side will be the tomatoes, cucumbers, and jalapenos and all that good stuff. So I want to make sure when I go in the house to see how many more peppers I have left. I should have enough for another whole row. I didn't bring my inventory sheet out here, but I know that I have more. The second tray that I grabbed were jalapenos and not bell peppers. So y'all, this is the beginning of the beginnings. I am so excited. So I'm going to water this in. My husband is has literally fixed the drip. He's actually setting the timer now so we can put everything on a timer, which is gonna save us lots of time with watering. He has cleaned the tunnel and done a wonderful job. I hate that I kind of messed it up when I was, putting in the plants and stuff, but you got to get a little messy. So it looks really good. So I'm going to keep going and see what else I can plant out. Of course, I will keep you posted, but y'all, this is what we've been waiting for. This is it right here. So if you have not yet planted and it's not your time, just hold on, be a little more patient. And remember, while I'm doing this, I have a tunnel and I'm taking a little bit of a risk. So you might not want to do as I do, just do as I say, which is wait till your estimated last frost date, check your 10-day forecast if you are so inclined, right? Another thing that I wanted to mention is that GREENSTALK has launched a new planter. It is called Pink Cherry Blossom. If you go to the community tab on my profile, you'll be able to see a picture of it. If you stack my code, it's $50 off from now until April the 12th, and then you can get an additional $10 off when you use my code LFF10 for Living Foods Farm 10. You can get an additional $10 off, so that's like $60 off. So if you love that new pink cherry blossom color, it is beautiful, then go ahead and snag you one while it's on sale until April the 12th. If you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love for you to be a part of this community as we're growing and as we're learning. Remember, gardening is a journey. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.